Okay, so now let's see how can we convert the degrees into radians and radians into degrees. So first remember, as we know that we are studying about the angles, so angle can be measured in the degrees and in as well as in radians. So the formula, the easiest formula to convert the degrees to radian is that you just multiply if the degrees, their x degrees are given to you. So in order to convert them into the radians, you multiply simply by pi over 180. Similarly, if you want to convert radians to degrees, then radians are given in the terms of x. So you multiply the opposite, the reciprocal pi over 80. Now write down 80 over pi. And to understand and to memorize these things, remember that the radians are given in terms of pi. So you are introducing pi, that's why they are in the numerator. And here you have to get rid of pi. So no pi's are required. You have to get rid of the pi. That's why they are in the pi. Because already the radians are in the pi. If you write it in the denominator, they would be cancelled with each other. So 1 degree equals to pi over 180 radians. Similarly, 1 radian equals to 180 over pi degree. So convert 135 into radians. What you will do? Of course, you will multiply by pi over 180. When you multiply with pi over 180, you will get 3 pi over 4. And in the end, of course, the answer is in radians, so you just write red. Now, convert negative 270 into radian. So simply multiply negative 270 by pi over 180. Write it in the calculator, get the answer in terms of pi. So 270 over 180 gives you 3 over 2 and the pi is pi, and this negative sign shows you the direction, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise is shown by the sign. Negative shows that the angle has to be rotated in clockwise direction. Now opposite, convert 9 pi over 2 radians into degrees. So in order to do so, just multiply the radians value which is given in the exam by 180 over pi. So by doing so, pi and pi are cancelled, and even you can write them in the calculator, you will get 810 degrees. Don't forget to put the degrees when you are converting them into degrees. Okay, so convert 2 radians to degrees. So we know that in order to convert radians into degrees, we need what? We need 180 over pi. Multiply it and use the calculator and get the answer as 114.59 degrees. Don't forget to write the 59. So this is all your terms. The only thing is while changing the degrees into radian, we multiply everything by pi over 180 degree. No matter is it written in the positive sign or it is written in the negative sign, whether it is a small number or a big number, whatever it is, you have to multiply by pi over 180 degree. Whatever the answer the calculator gives you, write down in terms of pi. Now here, whatever the question is given to you, in order to convert it into the degrees, you have to get rid of the pi. So write it 180 over pi. So any radian written in the positive sign or negative sign, you have to multiply it by 180 over pi, write it in the calculator and get the final answer for you. So use the calculator to write the final answer. But understand that this pi and pi cancels everywhere. So whenever your answer will come, so just make a small circle above this one. So above the number to mention that you are writing in the degrees. You are writing the angle in degrees. Now here, this is the unit circle we have made. Why it is a unit circle? Because from the center till here, the radius is equals to 1. So here, let's see here. First of all, the first thing we know that here it is 0 degree. Here we have 90 degrees. Here we have 180 degrees. On this side, we have 270 degrees. And again, when we come back, 2 pi means 360 degrees. Now, wherever the radians are given, you have to convert it into degrees. Means pi over 4 times 100 and 180 over pi if you will make, then you will get the answer in, of course, in the degrees. So 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 4, 16, and 4 times 5, 20. So you will have 45. Pi over 6 times 180 over pi. If you will write, you will get 30 degrees. Now, they actually divide the unit circle into 3 basic angles. The 3 basic angles are 30 degree, then you have the 60 degree, 45 degree, and you will have over here 60 degrees. Now, 60 degrees, if you will convert it into the radians, you have to multiply with the pi over 180. So it will give you pi over 3 or 1 over 3 pi radians. Now look at this one, this blue one and this blue one. Now they actually are the reflection of each other. So from 90 till 60, the distance 90 minus 60 is 30. So when I take the reflection over here, so what do I get? I will write 90 plus 30, which gives me 120 degrees. And then convert it into the radians. It means multiply with the help of, with the pi over 180 degree, which will gives you, so 6 times 2, 12, and 6 times 3, 18, 2 by 3, pi. Convert in this way radian into degrees and degrees into radian. Now look at this side. Now here, of course, as I said that every angle, we just divided every angle into 3 parts, 30, 45 and 60 degrees. Now this angle and the angle which I am making right now, they are the reflection of each other along the x-axis. So here again the distance between 90 and 60 is 30 degrees. So the distance between here and here is 30 degrees. So 270 plus 30, it will give you 300 degrees. Now understand this unit circle in the other way, that any angle which is given in the first quadrant, this is the first quadrant, this is said to be the second quadrant, this is said to be the third quadrant, and the last one is said to be the fourth quadrant. So remember that any angle written in the first quadrant is said to be theta, means angle. So this is the actual primary basic angle. Now you want to jump into the second quadrant and you want to write between angles between 90 and 180 degree. So whatever the theta comes, what you do, you minus from the 180 degree. That would be the reflection of that angle in the second quadrant. Now you want to jump or you want to come from the first quadrant to the third quadrant in order to make a symmetrical reflection. So what you will do, you make it 180 plus theta. So whatever the angle you will get in the third quadrant. Now remember the theta is the basic thing. So now in order to jump or take the reflection into the third quadrant, you will have to make 360 minus theta. So let's see here. This is what this angle is 60, right? This angle was 60. I want to take the reflection of that angle where I already wrote 300 from another method. But if I put this theta as 60, so 360 minus 60, it would give you 300, which is my automatic answer which I wrote over here. Now let's understand one more thing. One more thing, if they ask you, for example, if they ask you that 2 pi by 3, okay, determine the quadrant of 2 pi by 3. You want to find out the quadrant of 2 pi by 3. You have one way that you can convert it into the degrees, which means 180 over pi. Write it down. So pi and pi cancel. It will give you 6 times 12 and it is 120 degrees. Now we know that this is our 0 degree, this is our 90 degree, and here we have 180 degree and here 270. Coming back to the standard position after completing one revolution, it will be 360 degree. Now you have 120 degrees. So of course, by converting into the degrees, you can easily say that this is my second quadrant. Let's suppose if I say what is 5 pi over 6. Okay, what is the quadrant of 5 pi over 6? What you will do? Convert it into the degrees, that is 180 over pi. Solve them. So you will get 6 times 1, 6, 6 times 3, that is 30, 5 is 15, so it is 150 degree. Now again, our luck that 150 degree lies in the second quadrant. If I have, for example, 7 pi over 6 and I want to find out which quadrant does it lie, I will change it into the degrees, that is 180 over pi. Solve it. So 6 times 1, 6 times 3, so 30, so it will gives you 210 degrees. Now 210 is between 180 and 270. So which quadrant they lie in? Third quadrant, because this is our quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. And we always move, in order to make the positive angle, we always move in the anti-clockwise direction. Now let's check how can we determine the quadrant. Now understand that in order to find the quadrant, whether the angle is positive or negative, the quadrant doesn't change. And this is the coordinate plane in which this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, this is the fourth quadrant. So if I ask you to draw the 60 degree, right? When you draw the 60 degree, it comes over here. Okay. And here, if you look here, so the quadrant is first. Okay, so you can say that the 60 degree lies in the first quadrant. Now, if I say draw minus 60 degree, so when you will solve and you will draw the minus 60 degree, of course, it is because of negative sign, you have to draw it in the fourth quadrant, down. Okay, now normally when we just count the angles, we write here 0, we write here minus 90, minus 180 and minus 270 degree to draw it and for our understanding. But now it doesn't mean that this becomes the first quadrant, this becomes the second, this becomes the third, this becomes the fourth. No, the number of the quadrants stay the same. This is 1, so 1, universal truth. This is 2, so 2. This is the universal law. This is 3 means 3. This is 4 means 4. It means that minus 60 degree lies in the fourth quadrant, and that's all. So let's see one by one how can we determine the quadrants. So in order to find the quadrants of pi over 3, change it into the degrees, that is 180 over pi, and you will get 60 degree. As we said that the 60 degree lies in the first quadrant, quadrant number 1. Now 7 pi over 12. So 7 over pi over 12 means converted into 180 over pi. And we know that 6 times 2, 12, and 6 times 3, 80, and 7 times 30, it will gives you 210 divided by 2, which will gives you 105 degree. And now 105 degrees, of course, it is a positive angle. Here it is 180 degrees, so 105 degree is somewhere over here, which means it is lies in the second quadrant. Now minus 2 pi by 3. Understand, minus is for the direction only. So multiply by a180 over pi. Pi and pi cancel. So 3 times 6. Okay, this is 60 degrees. So you will get minus 120 degrees. Now because of the negative sign, minus 120 degree will lie over here. Now but when we read it, we will read it as 1, 2, 3 and 4 quadrant, because the quadrants are written only in this direction, by an anti-clockwise direction. So now your question minus 2 pi by 3 lies in the third quadrant. So no matter it is positive angle you are making or you are making the negative angle, the quadrant is stay the same. Now after that one, 371 degrees. Now it is more than one revolution, which means it is more than 360 degree. So for that reason, in order to find the original angle or the basic angle, we subtract 360 from the angle, we will get 11 degree. And now 11 degree, of course, if you will make over here, the 11 degree will be over here, which means it is in the first quadrant. But when we will make it in one revolution plus 11 degree. That's why we get 371 degrees. Now here 14 pi by 5. So if you will see that 14 pi by 5, if you will convert it into degrees, so you will get 180 over pi. So pi and pi cancel. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 6. 5 times 3, 15, and 5 times 6, 36. And now when you multiply 36 times 15, of course you will get, let's check, 36 times 15, 4 to 12, 13, 14, and then you have 6 and 3. So it will be 504 degrees. Now make 504 degrees. Of course it is bigger than 360 degree. So subtract 360 from it. You will get about 100. So here 3 4 144 degrees. Now when you will draw 144 degree, it would be over here, which means it would be in your second quadrant. Now negative 156, because of the negative point, it will come in this quadrant, right? Because of this negative, you will go to the clockwise direction, and negative 156 will lie in the third quadrant, because 1, 2, and this is third quadrant. Similarly, do the other questions. That means 9 pi over 8. If you will look here, it will be in the quadrant 3. For negative 40, 240, it is quadrant number 2. Now let's do with me 1000 degrees. Now 1000 degrees are very big than the 360 degree. So subtract 360 from it. You will get 4. You will get 0. You will get over here 4. And then you will get here 6 and 1. 640. You will get 640 degrees. Now 640 degree are also bigger than 360. Again erase or minus 360 degree. So you will get 80 degrees. 3. Okay, so here 14. You will get here 5 here 280 degrees. 80 degrees. Now 280 degrees are bigger than the 270 degrees. So how many times you subtracted the 360 degree? You subtracted 2 times the degrees. If you are going to draw it, you will make the 2 revolutions and come back to the 280 degrees. So it lies in the fourth quadrant.